Okay. Yeah,
All right, and I think we are on live on Facebook. Hello, everybody. Today we've got our special and amazing guest tonight. Her name is Abby Yoong, and she is a business coach for entrepreneurs and coaches all over the world, and teaching them to find their passion and launch their online business. So she's an incredibly smart woman with lots of insights, and that's why I'd like to have and welcome Abby tonight. Welcome, Abby.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the introduction. Actually, I'm excited to be here with you. Thank you so much for the invitation.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for being on as well and being my lovely guest. All right, so Abby, just to start off with, share with us where you're from and a little bit about yourself.
Oh yes, I'm from a little country, a small country called Singapore. I'm not sure if you guys know about it. So I'm from Singapore, and I've been living here since young, like since the day I born. So I would really wish to try to stay overseas, like maybe in Australia, in UK, or in USA. I would love to stay over there and enjoy my retirement over there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I would love to be at a Western country. And what do I love doing? I mean, sorry, you introduce a little bit about me. So actually, I'm kind of a very boring kind of person. Love to be at home, just doing like, reading books, watching American Got Talent, watching like different inspiration shows online. I find it last time I limit myself to watch all this entertainment kind of show, videos, movie, because when we read books or we hear from experts all around the world, they say don't waste your time on watching or listening to music. Don't waste your time in watching movies or drama or Netflix. So I stopped myself for like a long time, and I find it so like life is so boring enough already, and you still stop limiting yourself from doing the things you love. So I have removed that limitation for myself. Like I don't stop myself from doing this thing. So I will do it and watch it wherever I feel like watching it.
Yeah, and that's incredible, because I think that sometimes life gets a little bit mundane, and we do sort of we're creatures of habits as human beings. So sometimes we like certain things, and maybe we do it so much that maybe we find it's a bit boring. But I think the key is, I think you've got a lot of variety there in terms of books and Netflix, and there's quite a lot of things. So tonight I really want to delve into, I guess, the passion side of things, because I know our topic we've got is for everyone is how to find your passion and live your ideal life. So very important topic, and something that I think is going to be quite insightful this evening. So Abby, with passion, I mean, tell us a little bit more about what you define as passion, and how does someone go about finding that?
Okay, maybe let's start off with what I say just now. Like I love watching singing competition, like American Got Talent, and I also love exercising last time. So after watching this singing competition and gaining motivation and inspiration, I start to exercise. So exercise is one thing that I really love when I'm young. And I stopped doing it like as we get older. We are more lazy. I'm not sure. Like we feel that we are so busy doing so many things, but we do not have time to look after our body, our health. So after like spamming all the motivation or singing competition, I start to realize, hey, why not do what I love? Like because when singing competition, they also stay in that school itself, and every morning they will wake up and run. So I'm
Ah,
like,
okay.
yeah, so every professional in their field, they also need to exercise, and exercising help them to seminar for their voice or anything. So when I
Mhm.
see that whole show, I'm like, oh my god, I should start,
Mm.
living. Like last time, I love exercising. I love running. I'm in a track and field school team last time, so I
Yeah.
start to get back the passion in me. Like I start like, okay, wake up. Once I wake up, I go for a run, or I just do certain kind of exercise. Then after starting this healthy routine, like 5 weeks ago, because of watching that show, okay, so then I start to have more ideas coming to me, like
Wow.
for
Okay.
businesses, for things that I really want to get doing and moving forward. So I really
Mm.
want to share with you guys one thing. Don't limit yourself, don't stop yourself from doing the things you love, because you won't know that while enjoying doing the things that you love, you suddenly have more inspiration, more, I'm not sure, you feel more happy. Then when you feel
Mm.
more happy, you will start to do more things for yourself. So this is very, very important. Just
Yes.
always do what you love so much, so that everything start falling into place, I can say, for me lah. I mean, for everyone, I'm sure it will happen too.
Yes. And even like a lot of things that you were saying, even for me as well, it's so important that I, in my journey, connect with myself. I find that when it comes to passion or doing things that I love, that sometimes life and work happens and money and all of these worries and uncertainties happen. And I find that there's this certain seriousness that comes up when we get really attached to, like, oh, we always have to grind. We have to make money, go to work, feed our families. Like, there are certain things that we all have to do in life, that are aligned to, things that are important for us to keep supporting ourselves and everything. But then it's so important to allocate, I think for me, allocating that time to still reconnect with the things that make me happy. And it can be just small things. Like, so for example, for me, my health is really important, because I think for my journey to coaching and my career itself, and I'm not sure, some people know, but I got really burnt out, because I was so serious about achieving and being like a career woman and being strong. And so what I would do is I'd go out, like, maybe, like, it was like 16 hours a day, start, back a few years ago, I would start my day at like 6 a.m., do the
Wow.
commute, go to work, go to uni, and then go to the gym, and then go out with friends. And I was filling up all of that until the point where I think it was taking its toll on my health. And I think over time, I actually just, I got sick, and it made me feel really unhappy, even though I was
Like fully packed schedule.
just trying to achieve so much and make myself so happy. But it's just the simple things that I find, like just going to the gym by myself, and eating some good food and having a nice coffee. Like, the simple things for me is, really just helps me stay motivated and to keep going, to do other things and get ideas, like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to spend time ourselves, because most of our time we are spent on social media itself, like spamming other people's posts, commenting on other people's posts. So even when we buy our dinner outside or we go for a walk, our phone is still in our hand. So we didn't even spare a thought about ourselves, about your feelings, about the things that is occurring in your mind. So it's good to just put away handphone for 1 hour,
Mm-hmm.
the most important hour is in the morning when you wake up. Don't touch your handphone at all, because I if you touch your handphone, I think I believe this strongly, even though many experts say many things like don't do this, don't do that. But I always strongly believe about a very good morning routine that
Mm-hmm.
someone can have. It's not about what time you wake up, like how 5 a.m. You don't have to wake up 5 a.m., but how you wake up. So how you wake up, if you start your day right when you wake up, you are able to feel so accomplished already. First thing in the morning when you wake up, you are accomplished. I mean, like, you feel more fulfilled and all, then you are
Mm-hmm.
happy. Then you start your day right. So when you start your day right, everything start going right. So I feel it's just that simple thing in like treat like little tasks you can just how to say just commit in doing it, you will start to see the changes in your life. Yeah.
Mm.
So true
So
about what you say, that's all.
yeah, and morning routine. So share us with us a bit about, I guess, what do you do for your morning routine?
Okay, so my morning routine is more like when I wake up, then I'll bring my nephew to school. So I walk him to school. So while on the way back home, I will just hit to the park and run. Then I'll come back and read a book, like 10 pages of some book. Then after that, I will just do my gratitude journaling.
Mm. Mm.
Then I do some housework. Then I start work. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
fully
excellent
packed.
because you can fit so much in your morning.
Yeah, just by starting it right, you feel like, oh my god, morning itself I already has done so much. So you feel more confident in completing the task that is throwing back at you throughout the day.
Yeah. Okay. So you're finding that it actually, by setting up your morning right, that you actually just feel more confident, or like I guess taking charge of your day.
Yeah,
Is that
correct.
sort of what you're saying?
Yeah, taking more. Then from there I also start to, habit. Habit is very hard to be built, right?
Mm.
It's things that you do continuously and like almost for 21 days, then you will build that. I think 21 days is still hard. Even though you do it consistently
Mm-hmm.
for 21 days, it's still hard. If you do it consistently for like maybe another 2 months, at least 2 months, it will be inbuilt in you already. It's become a new you already. It's like you are so used to
Mm.
doing that already. So I know it's hard to build that habit at first, but
Mm-hmm.
if you continue like just forcing yourself to do it, you start to find it's just like that only. When you wake up,
Mm.
your body will know what to do already. So it's just breaking that habit, that difficult first 21 days. Then
Mm.
if you continue for the next 21 days, I think you are set for life already. So I think a habit will make a person successful, which is so true.
Yes, the habit, and I think the consistency as well of doing it repeatedly. Because with habit, even though people can build it, like let's say they build it for 21 days, but if they aren't consistent with it, then you can relapse. Like you can easily go back in your own ways if you don't sort of keep training or keep staying at that level that you are as well. Yeah.
Oh yes.
What are your
To add
thoughts on
on,
that? Like relapse?
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, to add on to that morning routines and habit, then it will also goes to why do you do it? Why do you want to change it?
Mm,
You
mm,
need to know that strong reason why you did what you did. Like if you don't have a strong reason or a goal that why you do those things, you won't even persevere on till the end. So my
mm,
why, I always ask myself why I started my business and why I did what I did. I always ask myself why, like maybe 3 to 7 times,
mm,
why I start my. So recently I did why I started my coaching business. I asked
mm,
myself why 7 times, and the final answer that I get is because I want to bring hope to the world. I want to tell them that
mm.
you don't need any qualification, certification to be able to be who you want to be. So this is what keep me so the strong reason why I keep doing what I'm doing, even though I don't see any like sometimes people so tied down by the goal they set, like $10,000 per month income
Mm,
target. Then when they didn't hit that, what happened? They give up. Because
mm,
if you were to set your goal in terms of money itself, you definitely, when you are new startup, new entrepreneur, new business owner, definitely that money goal that you set up, yes, you can set that goal, but you can't use that reason why you start what you started. It must be something
oh
more than
yes.
yourself. So even though just doing a exercise routine in the morning, I have a strong reason why. Like it's also
Mm,
linked to my passion. I tell you, everything is all linked to my passion. I can tell you why I do my morning routines and why I exercise like consistently for the fifth weeks now. Is because
okay.
when I'm young, I always want to have a six pack,
Okay.
like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
nice.
Tell us more. Tell us more.
Okay, so it's like I tell you, everything I say was still linked to the passion side and why
Okay.
I did what I did. So
Yeah.
when I'm young, like maybe around 10 years old, 12 years old, I always want to have six pack. And every day after school, I will just do 100 push-up and 100 sit-up.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even when I'm young. When I'm so young, I already have these thoughts in my mind, like, oh my god, I want to be so strong and fit, that kind of thing. So
Yeah.
I did it, like, but to have this six pack, there's different muscle in
There's a
at your
few
stomach
different
itself.
things happening in the stomach,
Yes,
right? Yeah, yeah.
correct. There's
Yeah.
different layer of muscle, core muscles, side. So many
Yeah.
things that when
So
I'm
many
young, I
things.
didn't know it. I don't know it, but I
Yeah.
just know that, during physical education time, the PE teacher teach us to do sit up and push up. So I thought, oh, maybe sit up and push up is able to help me build my abs. So
Mhm.
of course, in the end, I didn't get it at all because I
Mhm.
didn't understand the body, how it works and all. So now
Wow.
yeah.
That is
So
a
I
light
didn't,
bulb moment. Yeah.
yeah. So I
Actually, that's
didn't
so
get it.
true. Yeah. And because you're saying that it's because of like the lack of understanding of like how the, I guess, how the six pack, what it's made of, or like how do you, like, is it more about the how or is it about the why? You know.
It's about both, actually both. The why
Okay.
and the how. It's because if you don't know how to do it, you won't get it right. And if you don't have a strong enough why you do it, you won't pull through. You won't
So they
continue
go
doing.
hand in hand.
Yeah, correct. So it's very important. Like you need to know who can teach you, who can help you reach that goal that you want,
Yeah.
and why you want it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is there one that's more important than the other one? Or
Mm,
or they're
okay.
like equal? Tell us about that.
I think if you don't know how, but you still base on your why and continue doing it, definitely you will see some result. You will feel more healthy. Your core is stronger, even though you do the wrong exercise or you didn't do the extra exercise that can help you do the fine line of your stomach. But the why will keep you strong enough, like go further enough to even go and find out the answer. So that your question
Yes.
is very good. Actually, yeah. If you want to weigh the why and the how, it's the why. So you will find the answer how to go and get it
That
done.
is so true. Yes, because I find that a lot of people, including myself as before, get really hung up on the how. We don't actually do, like, sometimes you set a goal, right? But then you don't actually, because you don't know how to do it. So then you try and find out, but then it feels really hard because you don't know if you're doing it right, if you're taking sort of steps. And sometimes, let's just say, for example, we post content, right, on Facebook or on social media.
Mm.
And there's a lot of people who, they put a post and they expect to get engagement, for example. But there isn't any sort of, sometimes some people don't even know how to do the post. So they get really stuck on, oh, Bob, how do I like do this? And for some people, I guess you can always question the how, and it can, sometimes you never even put the post out because you're like, oh, but I gotta do it in a certain order, or, oh, what's this person doing? And get really caught up with the process of it rather than just like, what's the intention? What's the reason for even putting out this post? And it could simply be because you want to share a certain message for people. And if you want to share a message, then the how, it doesn't really matter because you're going to find a way to put it together, no matter if it's not perfect or if it's not, my English isn't great sometimes when I type, but I want to share the message. So at least, like the why for me, I feel like it's more important. What do you think?
Actually, when you say this now, I was thinking about yesterday because I wanted to go live. I have a story to share. Then I was thinking, should I go live or should I share it or should I just forget about it? I'm not sure if there's anyone going to like my post or there's anyone going to be interested in my story that I'm going to share. So I have all this internal mind fight going on inside my brain, like should I share, should I go live, should I, or just forget about it. The easiest way is to just forget about it and give up and just go along
Easy
and do
way.
your thing. Yeah, that's the easy way. Like, okay, I think I don't do it. Nobody will be watching anyway, so why should I do it?
Mm,
So, but
mm,
after that, I start to think, why shouldn't I do it? I just go live. So yesterday I managed to just go live and share the story that I learned about a few days back. So then there's this guy that jumped on to my live video. Then he say, as usual, there's only me watching your live video. Then I'm like, then my mind start to play trick again. Like, see, I told you not to go live. You see, you go live, there's only one person watching you. Why do you still want to go live? Then
Yeah.
then I tell my mind, just shut up. Just shut up.
I know, we get so caught up in our brains.
Yeah,
when it's like you get so stuck on the process. Oh, if I don't know how to do it, then I'll just give up very easily. But one thing with that is I find the giving up part, because I've given up so many times before, like when my why wasn't strong enough, it's easy to give up. And the consequence of that personally is that it starts to eat me inside bit by bit. It causes some kind of pain. It's really strange. Like, I can't really describe it, but it's sort of like beating yourself up. It's like, oh, I don't know how to, so I just won't, because I don't want to look silly, or no one's going to like it, or people are going to judge me, right? But then I give up. And then the next day I feel worse, because I'm like, oh, I still haven't done it. I still didn't do something that is somehow important for me to grow in some way. But that compounded many days, many times, when you promise yourself something and you don't actually execute on that action, actually just starts to affect. I mean, for me, it affected me like negatively. So yeah, like you go down this spiral of like, oh, now I'm not good enough. Oh, but I never proved that, like, I'm not good enough. So yeah, what do you think of that, of not taking action?
I think everyone has gone through this phase before. Like, they say they want to do something, but they didn't do it. Then they say maybe tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. But as
Yeah.
days goes by, like what you say, it keeps getting worse. Like, your self-esteem, your confidence level has dropped so much since the day that you say you want to do something, but you didn't do something. So I want to maybe share some tips and advice for people who want to do
Yes.
something but didn't do anything. So, and okay, maybe don't talk about why people will say, why keep asking about why. Okay, maybe
We
it's
can talk about it all day.
yeah, actionable steps. Find your friends or someone that will also love to do what you do, and be each another supporting, like, buddies, like accountability buddies. So just tell the person your weekly goal or your monthly goal. So maybe you can tell her, say that, okay, please push me, I really want to do my live video weekly, so I need your help to push me. So I remember 1 year ago when I first started my live video on my personal profile itself, I tell my this buddy from overseas, she's from Spain, yeah. Then I told her, okay, my weekly goal is to go live every Friday.
Yeah,
So I
okay.
told her, then she said okay. Then she said she also will do that. So she will go live on her own profile, and I will go live on my own profile. Then when I
Oh, wow.
didn't do it, like I say, I'm so scared, I think I'm going to skip today. Then she will say, don't skip it, just do it, don't care, just hit the like
Yeah,
button. Yeah,
yeah.
so her encouragement, like her support, helps me to keep moving forward and go forward. So if you really need help in doing something, need support, find someone who is also doing what you're doing, and just be each another like accountability buddies, and you will start to go far from there. Yeah.
Because you don't have to be alone in the things that you want to do. There's bound to be someone who is doing the same thing or doing it better than you. It's just a matter of, like, maybe networking or putting yourself out there to be able to connect with the like-minded people, or people who share the common interests as well. So that's really important, having that accountability, having someone to just be there and be like, you just kick you, like, you just need to just do it and not think about it so much.
Okay, I have a confession also. Maybe I want to share. Then you guys, maybe maybe some of you will laugh. Okay, my English is not so good, so I have lots of grammar errors on my post, on my long post that I usually post. So I have this colleague of mine, a friend, she's very easy annoyed by people's English, like how they word it out. So I think come to a point of time that she finally stopped liking my post. my Facebook post because she
Oh.
can't stand the grammar error that I will have on my Facebook
Oh
post.
my
But
goodness.
that didn't stop me. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sure people who keep saying like there's grammar errors, I say never mind, it's okay. I know, I think some of my friends did tell me there's grammar error, but I say never mind, it's okay. But didn't stop myself from doing it. I still continue like pushing on to just do it, and I don't want to let that reason, that mind, stop me from doing what I
Mm.
want to do. Yeah, so I want to tell you, because it's, maybe some people will mind what people think of them, but
Mm.
if you want to start your life, you want to live your dream life, you want to have your ideal life, you have to stop caring about what people will think of you and start to
Mm.
think of what you can do to the world. What are you able to give?
Mm.
How to share your story so that people get inspiration from you. Maybe one of your live video is able to change their life. Maybe one of your live video is able to help them break out of the comfort zone that they've been trying to, like, maybe do a live video but they're not do, and they see you doing it with
Mm.
lots of error, lots of drama, lots of joke. Then they were like, hey, this person is not professional, this person
Yeah.
English is not so good, but this
Yeah.
person is still going
Still doing
on
it.
face,
You're here,
still
Abby.
doing
You're
it.
doing it.
Yeah, so
We're
why
doing it here.
so don't stop yourself. The only person that can stop you is you yourself. Yeah.
So yeah, based on that, I want to share a little bit as well about one of my experiences. So, you see Abby and I are sitting here, right, in front of the camera, and it wasn't always like this. And for me, it definitely wasn't. And so public speaking is something that, I don't know, for me, it was like a number one fear. I'm not sure if that's sort of common with a lot of people, but I joined up to Toastmasters a few years back, and to overcome my fear, I thought I just have to do it. I have to get in front of people more often and practice, and that way I can sort of help to see how I feel and manage it better. So what I did was I signed up to a club and went to a few sessions, and eventually the first time that I got on stage, I was like, my heart was shaking like so much. I was sweating, my hands get so sweaty, and then I was like freaking out about what people think, like they see me up there, and then maybe I freeze and I don't say anything, and I can't remember what I planned as well. So what I did then, I got up and I did it, and it wasn't perfect, but I think the thing was, I got up and I remember that my focus shifted, because one of the mentors there told me that it's not about you, it's about the message that you want to share, and what do you want your audience to get out of you having a speech on stage? Like, what is that core sort of message? And that really shifted everything for me, because when when you think about going on stage, you think, oh my God, the light is on me, and people are watching and people are judging. But the moment that I switched to, it's about the people in the audience, engaging with them, asking questions, or just delivering the speech. Maybe you even forget. For me, sometimes I even forget the speech because I prepare it, right? Spend a few days preparing it. Then I get there and then I freak out. And I'm like, oh God, I forgot what I was going to say. But then because I'm able to shift that to about the audience more so, what do they get out of it? Then I find on stage, sometimes I can find what to say. Even if you forget, you actually end up making some story or saying something that actually may help the audience. So yeah, I think that's really important, of making that shift. It's not really sometimes about you, and like, sure, you want to do something for people, but if you shift it to what's in it for the other person, then that's sort of, that can be quite helpful.
Oh yes. So true, so true. So I think there's another words for saying, because our mind can't tell the difference between nervousness and excitement. So because it's the same heartbeat. So if you start to shift it, say, oh, I really love to speak on the stage. I'm so excited to speak on the stage. And I'm going to share my story, I'm going to share my knowledge, and I'm able to help someone. So it's like what you say, I shift. I know it's still scary. I cannot imagine if I were to go on the stage and to say a speech or to talk to share my story. I think I will like, oh my God, what should I say? Oh.
Yeah. It takes a lot of trust. You got to really trust yourself that no matter what happens, that it's going to be okay.
Okay, I only like the like go on stage and to get prizes. Like I win lots of trophy for my track and field, so I only love that because I don't need to talk. I just go out there, take and shake
Ah,
hand and just. But I
okay.
think the pandemic now, like now is an online world, and everyone has lots of opportunity to become a virtual summit speaker, and
Mm,
you don't feel so much of fear and nervousness because you are still at home and
mm,
people are online watching you. So if you and it's not so scary, so I think it's a good learning experiences. Like now you're doing
mm,
interview, like
mm.
me, I'm doing podcast interview. I'm so
Yeah.
learning be to learn how to ask better questions, communicate better ways. We are still learning and growing. At the same time, we don't try to be perfect to do something. We just
Mm.
learn, make mistake,
As we
and
go.
yeah, just
It's just like this interview for everyone like at home or watching is that Abby and I are not scripted, as you can see. Although Abby messaged me today and she was like freaking out a bit. She was like, what are you going to ask me? what questions are you going to ask me? And I was like, I actually don't know. I'm just going to rock up and then we're just going to talk.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I always did that with my podcast guests. So they always ask me, do I have like what kind of question they will ask? I will ask them. I say no, it's a free flow. Then they'll say okay.
There's the best kind of conversations when you can kind of go with the flow as well and find certain things coming up that maybe doesn't come up normally as well as we're talking.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Like, is there any like questions about passion? But I think we touched mostly on
Yeah.
it, right? Just
I think
doing something you love, and you start to
doing what you
gain
love.
like even the simple thing that you love, even just exercising or even just singing, like listening to music, it can
Yes.
give you inspiration. Just doing what you love, and you are able to have more inspiration about what you're going to do the next step. So, and also about taking action.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe just share about taking unknown action, even though you don't know how to do something.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when I start my coaching business, I also don't know what I'm doing. I'm just learning and learning and learning from different experts, different coach, different mentor. So
Mm.
wherever they say like, okay, do a webinar, then I will just immediately do my webinar. So
Yeah.
I do not know how to do a webinar.
Yeah.
They just say do a webinar. Then I will see how other experts do their webinar. Like do they have
Yeah.
a presentation slide? What kind of presentation slide do they have? What kind of speech they say? What kind of story they talk about themselves before they go into learning and before they touch into teaching. So I will just watch a few webinar. All the answer is out there online. What you want
Yeah.
to know is
What a wonderful
online.
world.
Yeah, what about Google is like your uncle.
Oh,
Google is like our teacher.
you can
Like
find everything. Yeah, it's
yeah,
unlimitless. Hey,
yeah,
so I want to touch on a little bit. So we spoke about the passion. So do what you love. And it doesn't matter what you do as long as you enjoy it, right? And you don't actually have to even make money from it. There's sometimes people get a bit caught up, but I've read a lot of articles where, oh, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. I think it's not necessarily true because you still have to work, but it doesn't mean sometimes if you attach money to passions, it can kill the passion as well. Because if you do something that you love, let's say like, I don't know, I love to play the piano, right? I love it. I'm not very good at it. I do, but I like the sound of piano. But what if I was to try and be a professional or try and find a way to make money from it? Maybe it will actually kill the joy of actually just playing for the sake of playing as well. So being very intentional about sometimes your passion can stay as a hobby and it doesn't actually have to turn into work or an outcome of money as well. But it can, sometimes you find like with us with coaching, that because we enjoy what we do, that's, you know, you lose track of time and you learn so many things that it becomes, you really enjoy it and it becomes a passion. But it's not always like we're born and then we're like, oh, I want to be a coach.
Yeah, so true.
You can develop your passion as well with certain things that you want to pursue. So the other thing I wanted to ask you was that the other side of our topic was then how do you then go and live your ideal life? So I know that you, Abby, you do a lot of work with like entrepreneurs wanting to have a certain lifestyle. So can you tell us more about that, or how sort of you can go about achieving that ideal lifestyle?
Okay, this is like, you need to know what does your ideal life looks like first. Because some people do not know what they really want in their life till they sit down and really think through and ask themselves certain questions. Or I'm not sure, like usually I ask people, where do like, that's why you ask me, like, I still do not know where I want to live, because I'm still looking, like, where 𝗟𝗲 is living, where are you living, is it nice, you know, I still asking these certain questions. So but I have a esteem, like I have a gauge, like, okay, maybe I want to live near 𝗟𝗲, I know, like near her, because I really adore her as my friend. So maybe I want to live near her and be friends with her, like we can make up for like meet for dinner, drinks, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you need to first know what is your ideal life looks like.
So have a
So
vision, have
yeah,
a vision of a certain life that you want.
Yeah, then after you know where you want to be, then you need to know how to get there. So I think
what
it's
what vehicle it's going to be to take you there.
Correct. So it's like something like put out your GPS route map. So it's like, okay, where are you now and where you want to be? So if you ask yourself these two questions, then after that you find out what are the things you need to be able to bring you to where you want to be. So it's like working backwards. Okay, if you know where is your destination, then you will know like what you need, what vehicles you need to be able to reach your destination. So it's like working backwards on your goal and your dream ideal life.
Okay. And one of the vehicles I know that you are very passionate about is the launching of online businesses. Is that right?
Yes, because I think for me, right, I buy lots of online courses and I pay lots of coaching and mentor, like for about $10,000. I'm not sure how much, I never count, but I keep finding the reason, because many people say different thing. Different coaches say different thing. They say use Facebook marketing is the way to earn your first $1 million. But I don't like doing Facebook marketing. So I keep finding ways and what should I do to really get started. So I know everyone is getting stuck on how they really get started. So I really question myself for 1 whole year learning, and after that I question myself, what should I really do to really get started? So I finally found the missing gap that the experts of coaches didn't really say that you need to have or need to do so that you can really launch an online coaching business. So I managed to find the few missing gaps, the things that you need to do, then you can start building your business.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, so is that what you teach now as well?
Yeah, I think that's what I teach now, correct?
Yeah. Oh, amazing, amazing. Okay, great. All right, so let's recap, right? So we spoke about passion. So do what you love, any sort of activities. Did you have anything to add?
Yeah, don't stop yourself. Don't limit yourself.
Yep, don't limit yourself. Yep. And was it about decisions you said as well?
Is it decision? Which one?
No. It was about habits.
Oh, yeah, habits.
Yes, habits. And having the consistency as well to build that into even like a morning routine. And then I guess in terms of living your own lifestyle, working backwards, having the vision and then working backwards.
Yeah.
Have I got everything?
Yes, you got everything.
Excellent. All right, awesome. Well, Abby, if anyone wants to find out more about you and what you do, where can they find out about you?
Actually, you can just Where can you find more about me? Oh my god. Actually, I don't have really like a website or something, but you can just message me on Facebook itself, Instagram. You can find me. Yeah, message me on Facebook.
Yeah.
I'll be able to reply.
Yeah. And Abby, you've also got a podcast as well. Want to tell everyone about that one, of how they can get that?
Oh yeah. For podcast is called Fast Forward Your Entrepreneur Journey. So I just launched it in this year, during this year March time. So it's just a humble show that I interview entrepreneurs all around the world, so that I find out the answer for you guys to fill out the missing gap and fast forward on your journey ahead.
Awesome. Yes. So yeah, I just subscribed as well to Abby's podcast.
Thanks.
Yes. So yeah, if anyone wants, Abby's got a podcast and Facebook, and her name's in the link as well. I'll just do a quick check, Abby, to see if there's any sort of things that we need to, any questions here. Let me just have a look here. People are talking about the energy speaks for itself. Let's go, fam. Hello, John. Hello. Hey, everyone. All right, cool. All right, Abby. Well, it's been such a pleasure to have you on tonight. And I'm really glad that, you know, you're doing what you love to do. And I know you're going to change so many lives. So, yeah, looking forward to connecting more with you.
Yes, thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
Okay. All
right. Thank you everyone
bye.
for watching.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, everyone. Bye.